welcome back. Steamy is here. Okay, so 8:30, I told you guys, say Mr. Debo, Engineer Debo will always stay on set. As a matter of fact, you know the tradition. Once it's 8:30, he's always on set with us. I mean, talk property, talk to everything where you guys do with buildings and all of that. And yes, God so good, we actually started something last week, and I am sure Mr. Debo is intending to continue from where we stopped.
Yes, so that's the whole essence. Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well. Stevie is here again. Now you see I'm not doing big.
Two weeks consecutively. Please, viewers, can you help us appreciate Slimmy? Good morning, viewers. You're welcome. Yeah, like Slimmy said, we started something last week. Talking about, I was actually talking to developers, and we'll just conclude it this week. Okay, so we started talking about how developers can navigate this kind of period that we are in, where material prices are going up, and it's not as if you can just easily increase the price of what you are selling. So how do you then cope in a period like this? Okay, that was what we're talking about. So I started by explaining the fact that there are just two major areas, okay, that you can work on. You work on your costs and you work on your pricing, okay? You work on your cost and work on your pricing. And last week, we gave about 4 points on how you can work on your costs, okay? On costing, I mean, mention the fact that you need to bulk buy, go on aggressive hedging operations by bulk buying, things like that, reducing the size of what you are building and stuff like that. We mentioned all of that. Now, this week, I will just talk a bit about the pricing aspect, how you can easily, or how you can most efficiently cope with the price fluctuations that is happening in this period, okay, by way of seeing whether you can, work something out regarding pricing. So, one of the things I would suggest you do is to, introduce a clause, and we discussed that last week also. Introduce a clause in your agreement ab initio that can enable you review price when there is price fluctuation. That is very, very important. Very, very important, because when you are constructing in our own kind of environment and you've sold upfront, for example, let's say before you develop, you've sold the units. You need to make sure that there is some mechanism in place in your pricing that enables you to come back to the buyer in it doesn't matter. Everybody will know. It will be very, very obvious. So they won't say that you are just deciding prices based on your own.
Are there not things that you're supposed to put into consideration before having a fixed price forever? Like,
Yes.
maybe as a professional, like, these are things that you should have considered before.
Yes.
Yes,
there are things that you should have considered. And part of the consideration is what we are talking about, that you need to also put it in an agreement that, look,
okay, in case
this is the price we have for this based on
what we have on ground
now, and even little projections that we made as per there will be fluctuation.
Yeah.
But should the fluctuations we are thinking of go beyond this level, we would have to review this price. So practical terms, this is what is done. You consider two things majorly: exchange rates and inflation rates.
Okay.
So you can say that, look, this contract or this pricing was determined at an exchange rate of so-so naira to $1, an inflation rate of so-so percentage, if this exchange rate moves by and or this inflation moves to up to so, we would have to reconsider the price. You understand? So that's is very needed in transactions, especially if you've sold out all your units. I mentioned last week that one of the ways you can control this is also that if you have 100 units, if you are selling off plant, can you sell in batches?
Can you see you on Mr. Debo?
You are not selling. You are not selling all at once. Can you sell in batches? You are not selling all at once. So, for example, you have 100 units. You sell 20. You understand? And then you wait for a little period and sell another 20. All this period you are waiting, you are trying to see whether prices are moving so you can adjust your pricing, and not have to sell everything at the same price and then realize that whilst you move to site and you start construction, you have to move your price. So that's one other way. The other way is if you want to sell everything outright, then you want to be able to at least adjust the pricing when it is required, when it is necessary. Okay, so that's one about pricing. It's very important that you do so. I know that. Have you ever bought? Let me ask you this question. Have you ever bought something and they changed the price midway for you?
Yeah, I have. And it's obviously it's not always a good experience because we always have to argue.
So can you share that experience with us?
Yeah,
Well, were you told that this price can be changed?
No, that was not. It was. I think it was actually my I'd
Okay.
already, there was a fixed price and all of that.
Okay.
So it wasn't something that was ready.
Okay.
You get, they needed to ship and all that. So
Okay.
I paid my money, I paid for the delivery and all that. So it was when it was now time for them to deliver, she started giving me stories. And I'm like, you didn't tell me all of these things before making the payment. So why you now call me to tell me now that I have to add additional money? Okay. And then I said, if that's the case, I'm not going to pay. And she was like, okay, fine. Then she had to hold on to. So I was forced to pay because you obviously cannot compare how much I've paid to what I was supposed to add to it. So
difference.
I was, but I wasn't happy.
Did she say she had to hold on to, or she would
No,
just
she said she was going
to
refund my money, because it wasn't something that was in Nigeria. She needed to ship it down. They needed to bring it down. So for her, it might be a loss. I don't know, because I was not just. She apologized, but I just told myself I was going to ever buy from her again.
From her again, that created it. So in your narration, you said she never told you that before.
Yeah, she never did.
So that's why I tell people, if you've told people that before,
you know what to expect.
There is, yes, there is a window. You understand? Because if you are going to do this, you needed to have told people before that, look, there's a likelihood. There's a likelihood of this price moving because of so and so and so and so. So that when that so and so happens, which is obvious, we will all know that this has happened, and then we can talk about the pricing. But you see, even at that, it's not always easy.
But she lost the customer.
Even at that, even when you've told someone that this can happen, when push comes to shove, it's not always easy to actually implement that price increase. And that's why I will talk about the next thing. Okay. You need to learn how to ease people into such increases. Okay. It can't just be, so you see now that inflation has moved. You say now that inflation has moved and foreign exchange has moved. So, as we said in our agreement, price is now so. It's not going to be that easy. It's not going to be. It's going to be a lot of, stress on them, even though you've told them before. So you must learn to ease people into price increases. One of the ways you can do that is give them a notice and say, look, because of what we've said before, you can see that this was where we started, this is where we are now, prices have moved and things like that. We would have to review our price starting from a month's time, 2 months' time, 3 months' time. This is the new price you'll be paying. You understand? At least that gives them room to be able to adjust themselves for the new price. When the new price will start. Not just that immediately the new price has started and you want me to just keep it.
I feel that's extortion. I don't know.
No, it's not.
No, seriously,
it's not extortion.
Because that's why these days, maybe everything now will be documented. Like, okay, we are signing and we are.
That's what we are talking about, documentation. I already explained the fact that it needs to be documented.
I wasn't.
I mean, it needs to be documented. I'm not talking about your case where the lady did not tell you about the issue. I'm talking about the situation where you've documented for people that this is a possibility in this transaction. Okay. Yeah. I'm saying even at that, it's not easy to really implement or execute when these increases happen. Yeah. It's not so easy. So that's when you ease people into it by giving them a future date. Then another way you can ease them into it is this. So if it is instrumental payment they are making, for example, you don't want to, the ones they've made, the portion of the installment that they've made, you want to keep that as it is. You don't want that increase to be applied in retrospect. As in, you now say, okay, you bought it for 40 million. Even though you've paid halfway, we are increasing 40 million is now supposed to be 45. So you have 5 million balance to pay us. No, that shouldn't be it. It should be such that you've bought for 40 million, yes, you've paid 20 million out of it. Ordinarily now, for somebody buying now, the new price is 45.
So
right?
the person pays.
But for you, you've paid 20, which was half of 40. You understand? So the increase will only apply on the remaining half. So meaning that instead of paying 25, you would actually just pay 22.5.
Okay.
Because we will divide that 45 into 2.
Okay.
And know that you've paid half because
Okay.
you've paid half before.
Yes.
It is the remaining half
that you
that
will
you
have
will
the
pay.
increase.
You know, if you do that, plus the fact that you are saying that they should pay they should start payments in whatever that price increase will start in whatever period, you know, you are going to ease them into it.
Yeah.
Now, to really crown it up, okay, what some people then do is to say, look, you have 25,500 to pay, but you know what? 22,500 to pay. But you know what? This price increase will be in 2 months' time, in 3 months' time, in 1 month's time.
It's not immediate.
Can you, if you can pay up your 20, even though you have like 6 months, you have like 12 months in advance, but can you peradventure just raise money anyhow? And pay this 20 before this 3 months' time, or before this 1 month's time, or before this 2 months' time? We will take it. You understand? We will take it like that and everybody will be good. Because guess what? If somebody is paying you the money that is supposed to spread immediately, I mean, there is time value of money. That should count for something.
Yeah.
You know? So, if you put all of that in, it will be taking, I mean, better than if you just say price has increased
and then you want me to just,
now,
who does
tomorrow
that?
this is the new price. You know, it should be
so
taking,
unfair, I guess.
it should be taking. So you need to learn how to ease people into these price adjustments. It's very, very important that you do so. Very, very important.
Is that under customer care? Because I think that is I don't know. You're not negotiating this time around. I just need to.
It's just the way you communicate.
Yeah, that matters. Because some people are just
doing.
not nice with him, sir. But like I said, for me, everything is. See, even if it's still under business, like the way you talk to your customers, I'm actually be willing to pay depending on how you approach me. So you can't just come because the inflation that is happening is not just affecting you.
Yes,
it's not like okay,
everybody.
maybe I'm having another source of okay, money is gonna come, so don't worry. Say there's inflation, I will throw the money in. So you just don't do that. If you want to talk people into paying extra, you also have to learn how to cajole. You need to learn how to, you know.
Communication
yes,
skills.
Yes, it does a lot when it comes to business.
You seem to be very bitter about this.
Yes, I have
when
to be
did
now.
It happen? When did it happen?
Sometimes last year.
Sometimes last year.
No, but does not be Mr. Debo.
And you are still this.
No, because it happens a lot. I mean, it's not like, okay, you're plugging the money from. I don't have, see, I worry so much about communication. Maybe because that is my line of duty. So I tell people that you need to just learn to communicate to people. Like, you just don't bring, even for a landlord, just like what a caller said last week. Mr. Debo, they want to increase your money. You want to increase Loma bill. You just don't say because I'm under your roof. For God's sakes, I'm not owing you. So you don't say because Timmy is under your roof, then you just wake up one morning and just say, NEPA bill, you have increased. Loma bill, it's no longer 1.2, it's 1.5. Please, sir, we are not plugging this money from Treaty. So they need to, maybe you have a meeting. You know the way things are right now. I went to Loma.
I hope your landlord is not watching this program.
I'm not owing them to your number.
They can give you quick notes.
But really.
That lady that talks about us. No,
but Mr. People, now waiting people they face.
Lawyer. Fire or something. I don't need
that. No problem. I'll start looking for house for as long as I have my money. Because really, this now waiting people they face. You get to hear callers.
True.
Landlord, they have to also be reasonable. If now want increase money, at least you give them notice. And by the way, what are you increasing for? Yes. You want to increase rent. What is the increase for? I want to know. Why you increasing? You can increase Loma. That one is visible. We get to see. Okay,
they increase rent because economy has increased.
Mr. Debo, are you renovating the house? Are you rebuilding the house?
Slimy, you cannot continue to ask this question. You always ask this question.
Yeah, what you doing now? Why are you increasing the rent?
The same market that you are going to that has gone up. That's the same market demand is going to.
I know you're just.
No, that's the same market is going to. And that building, he built it for investment purpose.
So you need to keep making money.
Of course. And he's entitled to it.
No problem.
Maybe when you build you understand better.
Yeah, I think I would.
And when you have a tenant, and when you are nearing retirement,
and you pray for a tenant.
So the last thing, so that we can ramp up on this, the last thing, talking about pricing is also you can make payments more affordable for people if you can by stretching it further. So maybe you used to do 6 months installment before. In this period that they are now having to pay high, you want to move it to 12 months and things like that. These are things that you can do regarding pricing and costs to be able to effectively,
Okay, I think
navigate your
for
way
any of
at this period.
for those who don't miss all of these things, Mr. Debo don't share. It's on our YouTube channel, but we
Yeah.
need to go for a quick break and then we'll be right back. Mr. Debo. Okay, so welcome back. Of course, sit and agreement on top of your number one family entertainment channel. Of course, Mr. Debo don't do own. It's time for Diola looking up blanky, the realtor. You know, all these things you are wearing, Diola, fear us. They go see me say, "Well, shine in front of my clothes."
Thank God, oh.
I came prepared because I know you would have come to intimidate me.
Go, well, no, it doesn't work that way. But thank God, bling, low lions. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, my wonderful people, my mommies and my daddies, my grandmas, my aunties and my uncles.
What do you have for us today?
Today, it's your one and only realtor in the whole wide world, Queen Adi Adeola O Azan. So today we're talking about Key Haven City, Bogije.
Where's that?
Bogije.
Where's Bogije?
You know, when I talk about Bogije and Ekpe,
I see say you don't do.
this is how I used to do my hand. I'm always feeling those vibes. You understand?
I they give them.
Bogije is the next bus stop after Lakwe.
Okay.
3 bus stops after Shongotedo, where we have the ShopRite, the biggest ShopRite, in quotes, biggest ShopRite in the whole of Nigeria. People are maximizing opportunities in that axis. Do you even know why I'm even this excited? Because sometimes last year, November, when we wanted to launch this particular estate, if you don't have foresight, you cannot kill him.
Oh, shit. You like Faji. You they talk, they dance, they joy.
I am telling you, those with foresight maximize the opportunity. When we sold for 3.5 million naira. Then, now, the total package is 7 million naira.
This for the same
same location.
Wow.
And the good thing about it is that, you know, when you talk about appreciation, you must see something that is worth appreciating about that
obviously,
place.
yeah.
You can't buy a place when it is bushy. As somebody is telling you in the next 2 years, come and buy it for millions, and you're not seeing any form of development. It's not possible.
At all.
But you know, when you partner with the best realtor like myself,
You know.
Kunadi, then you partner with the best koi that knows the way around these things, then you're on your way to becoming one of the biggest investors. We had our allocation 2 days ago. Come and hear testimonies from investors.
I see your status.
As in, they were feeling the vibes that I bought this place November. And some people saying I bought this place January. Some say I bought this place February now. And look at me now, I can start building my house. Integrity, affordability. That axis, I tell people that axis, I have properties in that axis, other properties in that axis. That is, the value is like 15 million naira. So what's the difference? With good title, government approved excision. Now we are selling a 600 square meters for 6 million naira, 12 months payment plan.
12 months.
12 months.
Say they spread down.
Yes, 6 million, 12 months. Initial deposit of 1 million naira.
Okay.
However, if you want to do an outright thing, there's a discount of 1 million naira.
Oh, say you won't pay once.
Or let's say within 2 months. 1 million naira discount. And for those that will be like, Queen Adi, we don't have the money for a full plot. You can do half plots. There's a 300 square meters for sales. And guess what? 3.5. But like I said also, if you do a discount, if you want an outright payment, you do a discount of 1 million naira too. 6 million naira in 12 months, a whole year. It is loud now.
Oh, loud.
He choke.
I wanted to. I don't have people put my hand for my neck. Say he
choke.
He choke. Really.
This thing is restricting airflow now. Luxury. Please, we don't talk too much. Let's come and do things. Let's not talk. Let's act. And do you know the funniest thing again? We've launched our houses in that same environment. So now imagine you having a plot of land in that place.
By the time you want to build your house, you go don't even
just give it December. And start punching your calculator.
By then, safe. That means now you get the opportunity. Because by December now, festive period, the price going. That's if not even still get space to even sell for that place.
Thank you.
This is like the best time for you to make
that happen. The best time is now. Yeah. You know what I tell people? Buy land and wait. Don't wait to buy land.
Buy land and wait.
Yes.
But do not wait to buy land.
Yes.
Ragba.
Oragbani.
That's loud. That's loud.
So it is bogey jet today. Let's just go do our inspection. Like I used to tell people.
What about I wanted to just say now, say if people won't just see, say some persons they say na sin, now they convince them
of
to
course.
buy. So they might just want to say, let me go and see, let me be convinced of what I want. Maybe because they don't get experience, you cannot blame them. They don't fall victim, they don't fall short before. So they might want to see, are those people also allowed to at least, let me come and see what I'm buying before I put my money
seeing is believing. There is no harm in seeing. After all, there was somebody that actually picked my call from this program. Sometimes March.
Okay.
He said he's not around, that when he comes around, he will come and see. Do you know that he came around last week Thursday?
Are you kidding me?
He saw.
And
he was happy. And he bought. Even his uncle bought.
Whoa!
So what are we talking about? Come and see. Why you are even seeing? You are marrying. All the eating and drinking and
small shops.
I
trust you. You can't wear all this bling bling for nothing.
For nothing, no, my sister. We don't wear them for nothing.
You don't wear it. You cannot wear it up and down. You say there's no.
We cannot wear it for nothing.
But that's good. Anyway.
But really, there's no harm in seeing. Our inspections, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. However, we have some clients that will tell you that, okay, I am not chance for these days. I want to go on another day that's outside it. We can still work things out.
I think it's based on agreement.
The whole idea is just, invest, own a piece of the earth. Ekpa is still selling fast too, don't forget.
Oh, they still Ekpa too. But today is bogey jet.
Let's do bogey jet.
Today is bogey jet, we are shouting. Ekpa is still on ground. So it means if they still want to do business with Ekpa, you are still open for that. But today she came all the way for a bogey jet. So if you know you're interested, I think you know what to do. I mean, the other contact are there on the screen. So give her a call. Or you send her messages, that same number. They're reachable on WhatsApp. So
every time.
I trust her. Just understand. She's a businesswoman, so her phone they always ring, but doesn't mean she shouldn't pick you up. I mean, that's not the essence of her coming on show. So, and you can't go wrong with having a land. As a matter of fact, you're doing yourself the biggest favor when you own a plot of land. Because one thing I know, land and investment, as a matter of fact, they appreciate with time. From what she just said, you bought a land for December for 3.5, and now it's selling for 7 million naira. So those persons will buy enough. Obviously, they're going to jump. Do you get? And then for those and it keeps increasing.
Yes, so
that's the truth. So for those we buy for 7, we go buy for 7 now. Of course, for other months where they come, the prices they increase up.
10 million, 12 million, 15 million, 20 million.
Is what it is. All right, so please feel free to talk to her. Feel free to holler at her. She's always available. All right, thank you. Angel D.
Thank you. Angel T.
O'Shea, signing out.